Hello everyone, I'm Cloud and welcome to Anime No Mi. Today we are going to talk about the Pirate King of the past. Roger, since the beginning of the work of One Piece, is described as King of the Pirates. He did not acquire this title because of his great deeds and for having incredible strength without even having a devil fruit. Even so, he obtained it when he managed to find the One Piece treasure. But if the One Piece treasure is in Laftel, then that means that someone left it there, someone who previously, like the Pirate King, held the same title. Being the one who went to that place, after knowing the truth about the world, they both left the treasure where they were for the next generation to find. Then the new generation could know the truth about the world because together with One Piece in that place, all information about the Void Century, about the devil fruits, and even plans of the Great Kingdom and the kingdoms that form Sekai Sifu are hidden. In today's video we will talk about this person who obtained the title received for arriving on the last island, although he is not remembered worldwide and is only known by few people. In this video we will also analyze why finding this great treasure grants the pirate the title of King of Pirates, and I already count on your help to leave your like in the video to support the channel. I also hope you subscribe if you're still new here and leave your comments saying your opinions and what the next videos you want to see here on the channel. Now let's go to the video. Guys, Roger has always been a very happy and spontaneous person, being able to easily make friends, even with enemies in battle. We don't know anything about his childhood, but somehow aroused the desire to venture out to sea. Joining his crew, Roger braved this vast sea, fighting against several powerful enemies and recruiting even more pirates to his crew, as well as increasing his fame, obtaining giant rewards. At some point the future king of the pirates got to know about the One Piece treasure, a treasure never seen before. He possessed much more than gold, and with it he possessed secrets never before revealed to anyone, and somehow this made him obsessed with this treasure. With a big smile, he and his crew then wandered for years in search of clues that would lead them to the One Piece treasure. During his journey he passed through several places that for us who followed Luffy's journey have now become very familiar places, because we see Luffy passing through these same places where the king of the pirates passed, and Luffy and his crew talked to practically the same people to get more and more clues on how to find the One Piece. Roger then learns about the poneglyphs, believing that possibly they would lead him to the direction where One Piece would be, but the text that was written on them seemed to be from an ancient language. Roger had the voice of all things, but he couldn't really know what was written, but he could hear the stones. He then leaves for Wano where he meets Odin, who was in the crew of Edward Newgate, one of his great enemies. He then discovers that Odin possessed the ability to read poneglyph. He then wanted to invite the samurai to his crew, but as Odin was now part of Newgate's crew, the king of the pirates then kneels in front of him and asks that Odin could join his crew for just 1 year, so that together they could get to the treasure. Newgate was enraged by this. He asked his rival how dare he ask him to let one of his sons go, but even so the future pirate king insists, and Newgate repeatedly refuses. Odin then begins to think that there could be a reason he met that dreamy man. Odin then asks Newgate to allow him to sail a year at sea with that pirate because he would like to know this treasure in which those pirates sought for most of their lives, this incredible dream that everyone said was just a myth. Newgate still reluctantly allows Odin to leave with them, but after a year he would have to return to the crew, so Odin leaves with them to find the whole story in those texts, going back to all the places they knew there was a poneglyph. As they were translating they advanced more and more towards the final island, but when they were close to the final island, Buggy got sick. As there was no way for them to stop in this final stretch, Shanks offers to take care of him on a nearby island. So Shanks and Buggy land on a nearby island. Shanks says it was okay for him not to know One Piece because when he grew up he and his own crew would find it alone. Happy with Shanks' speech, the captain gives a big smile and leaves for the treasure. Arriving there everyone is amazed by what they were seeing. He and Odin start to laugh a lot for having finally found the One Piece after years of travel, but he couldn't take the treasure with him. We don't know for what reasons, but maybe they would like other pirates to feel what he was feeling at that moment too, because it would be a great experience for other pirates to be able to find the treasure. After discovering all the truth that was together with the treasure they depart from Laftel, leaving all the treasure behind. The Pirate King's crew then search for Buggy and Shanks. The captain then asks to be let off the Grand Line where he would live the rest of his life, for as we know he acquired an incurable and unknown disease, so he would like to enjoy his last moments of life creating a new family. His companions leave him in his hometown and each crew member goes in a different direction, thus dissipating the crew that took over the new world. The king of the pirates then seems to have met Rouge at this time, then shortly after meeting her they become a couple. Sometime later she then becomes pregnant. It turns out that before his son is born, the king of the pirates feels that he is close to losing his life, so he surrenders to the navy to have the end of his life in public and also start a new generation of pirates. We don't know if it was on purpose, but he managed to bring about the new era of pirates, causing pirates to seek his treasure. Those words said were what encouraged our protagonist Luffy to become a pirate, look for treasure, and get the same title, to be the king of pirates. So he wanted to follow in the same footsteps. Just like the king of pirates, he sought faithful friends for his crew, and is now embarking to find the One Piece Piece treasure. All this so that he can finally complete his dream and help his friends to complete their dreams too. But as we know, the One Piece treasure wouldn't magically spawn on the last island of the Grand Line. A person at some point would have had to have placed this treasure there. This person who before Goldie Roger, the king of pirates, arrived on the last island. This person has already been introduced. His name is Joy Boy, and he lived many years ago, about 900 years ago, at the same time as the Void Century. Joy Boy himself is said to have met Laftel or lived in that place, and left his treasure in that place, what would later be called One Piece. So before the king of pirates even held that title, the title previously belonged to Joy Boy, a character who possibly possessed great power, and just like Shanks' former captain, he may have been feared by many people, possibly even the Navy, if the group had already been created, and the 20 realms that would become the Sekai Sifu. Just like the Void Century, Joy Boy's name was erased from history, leaving only quotes about him in poneglyphs, in addition to very important characters of the seas and Sekai Sifu knowing some facts about his history. He could have been the most feared pirate in the past, who achieved something gigantic for himself, or discover a secret that left the kingdoms completely terrified of what he could do with that secret in hand, making himself the enemy of all. There is also the possibility that he is the king of the Great Kingdom, which was the place erased by all other kingdoms, and that kingdom is the center of the Void Century's history. Then the kingdoms allied themselves to erase their existence together with the kingdom that, after almost a millennium, was completely forgotten and that was opposing them, but before completing their plan. However, Joy Boy managed to hide her secrets on an island where few people would be able to find it, and as I mentioned in another video, this island could even be a part of the Great Kingdom. And through the poneglyph he passed the coordinates to people who would be willing to know what happened during that century that had its history completely erased, as well as the reason why he didn't fulfill his agreement with the fishmen. In fact, he could even be the one who discovered the 20 Kingdoms' plans to erase history. After all, we know that someone went to Wano to ask that the history of the world be immortalized in indestructible stones, the poneglyphs. There is also the possibility that Sekai Sifu was looking for that location, so he would have quickly left the Fishman Island to ensure that island was never found. He abandoned his goals in order to keep that island not being located before Sekai Sifu managed to arrive. So it became a hidden island where Sekai Sifu couldn't get their hands on its treasure, which would one day allow the destruction of this group, thus making it impossible for them to hide their secrets if they erase history. After hiding his treasure, we don't know what happened to Joy Boy, but he was probably erased along with the Void Century so that no one would know about his existence and his treasure. This could even be one of the reasons why the Navy and Sekai Sifu look for pirates, to prevent pirates from finding the location of the treasure, thus revealing their secrets to the world. After all, they are also looking for Robin. Luffy and the Straw Hat Pirates are on a journey to find One Piece, getting closer and closer to finding it to learn the whole truth in the world. Luffy may be the person Newgate says the King of Pirates is waiting for, being him and his companions the people who will have the courage to reveal the secret of One Piece to the whole world, thus changing the whole world, destroying all the powers that we are currently seeing and ending the era of pirates. The Navy, Sekai Sifu, along with the Celestial Dragons, all these organizations would come to an end, as everything they wanted to keep hidden from the world of One Piece would cause a great revolt against them. This would also allow the revolutionaries to fulfill their mission and fight the last battle against the world nobles. But now I would like to know what you think about it. What could have happened to Joy Boy? What is the truth about the great One Piece treasure? Leave your opinion in the comments. Until the next video. Thanks to all of you for watching the video to the end. I hope you enjoyed the content and information in today's video. We hope that we will always continue together talking about the news of the anime and the manga, so comment your doubts, news, or what you think will happen in the anime in the future. Also comment on the new videos you want to see here on the channel. We'll see you again in the next video. I'll wait for you here. Bye.